Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gananam tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravassamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannodibhisseda Sadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangaiः Sushtuvagum Sastanubhih Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuh Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravah Swasti nः Pusha Vishwavedaः Swasti nastaksho Arishtanemih Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shri Sai Ram. We are gathering today after a gap of close to 3 years. Because of the pandemic, we couldn't celebrate the hospital anniversary function for the last 3 years. With Bhagwan's blessings, today we have gathered to celebrate the 22nd anniversary of this holy temple of healing. Bhagwan, during his first anniversary discourse, had declared that this hospital will be known to the world by the unity. During this terrible pandemic, all the staff, doctors, nurses, paramedics and admin staff, all of them have come together to take care of COVID patients and also the cardiac, neuro and all the general hospital patients. It's been a commendable effort that we are proud to say that except at the peak of the pandemic, we didn't have surgeries, but remaining time, we immediately started doing surgeries, and with Bhagwan's grace, we have helped several patients even during this difficult time. In this process, several people have partnered with the hospital, including the government agencies like BBMP, BESCOM, and they have come together and we have together fought, and that's what I thought Swami meant by the term unity, when everybody comes together to fight a major disaster like the COVID pandemic, and we have emerged successfully, and we have proud to say that we are back to the normal operations now. We are treating patients as we did before COVID pandemic and even more. To start the formal function, I will request Dr. Sumit Thakkar, Senior Consultant Neurosurgery, to come and welcome.
Om Shri Sai Ram. On behalf of everyone assembled here, I offer my salutations at the divine feet of our founder, Shri Sathya Sai Baba. A loving Sai Ram and good evening to one and all. I am honored to extend a warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the 22nd anniversary of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Whitefield. 22 years ago, in the year 2001, on this very day, the then Honorable Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee dedicated this temple of healing to the nation. Just like all the other healthcare ventures of the Sathya Sai Central Trust, including 2 general hospitals, a super speciality hospital and a mobile hospital in Puttaparthi, this hospital functions on the ideals of providing free, state-of-the-art healthcare to all in a compassionate and holistic manner. With the milestones achieved over the last 22 years, Swami's vision for this hospital and the uniqueness of his healthcare model stand unmatched. The Sathya Sai Central Trust funds all the activities of the hospital, and its members have been very actively supporting every initiative to enhance patient care. We extend a hearty welcome to Shri R.J. Ratnakar, Managing Trustee of the Central Trust, who will be presiding over the function. Welcome, sir, and we sincerely appreciate your gracing us with your presence today. I call upon Dr. Hiremath, Senior Consultant and Head of Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery, to felicitate Shri Ratnakar. Our esteemed director, Dr. Sundaresh Dabir, needs no introduction. A renowned orthopedician heading the Department of Orthopedics here, he is also a dynamic administrator and was previously the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences. Sir, we cannot thank you enough for everything that you do for the Institute and for all of us. I call upon Dr. Prayag Kini, Senior Consultant, Department of Cardiology, to felicitate Dr. Sundaresh. I would also like to extend a cordial welcome to all the special invitees of the dais, the staff of the hospital, their families and guests, faculty and students of the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, Sevadals of the Sathya Sai Seva Organization, alumni of the Sathya Sai institutions, and volunteers of the hospital help desk. Thank you all for taking our time to be present here today as we celebrate this joyous occasion. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Shri Ratnakar sir has the rare privilege of being born in the same family as our beloved Bhagwan. Sir did his entire schooling from Bhagwan's institutions and completed MBA at Bhagwan's institution. At the instructions of Bhagwan, sir went and worked in the corporate world for several years before Bhagwan called him back in the year 2010 and asked him to take charge as one of the trustees of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust. In the year 2019, Sir took over as the managing trustee of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust. With Bhagwan's blessings, Sir oversaw the functioning of the hospitals, all the institutions and the ashram during the deadly pandemic, and ensured that all the staff were safe and adequate support were provided to all the institutions to ensure that work carries on without any disruption. We would like to thank the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust for the support they have provided during the COVID pandemic. I now request Sir to address all of us.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble and prayerful salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Director Dr. Sundaresh, all the doctors, staff, and all other invitees who have gathered here. A very loving Sai Ram to each one of you. Let me at the outset apologize for little delay in starting this program. Unfortunately, our chief guest is stuck up in Bangalore traffic and he's trying his best to reach us here. But it's not to keep you waiting too long, so we took their permission and started these proceedings here. While we were sitting and chatting generally every function happens in Satya Sai institutions on dot, if you say. Generally it starts on dot. Last perhaps 60, 70 years, if bhajan starts 9 o'clock, it starts 9 o'clock, whether there is a rain, storm, earthquake, thunderstorm, whatever it happens. Sometimes external factors do come in our way, and one such incident happens today. I remember something very unique that happened when the first temple of healing in a very large scale, that was super specialty hospital in Puttaparthi, when the foundation stone was to be laid by one of the highest dignitaries of this country. It was scheduled at maybe 10:30. For some reason, the arrival got delayed. Maybe for whatever reason, he was the topmost dignitary of the country, but Bhagavan was waiting there at 10:30. Then he said, we have fixed a time and we have invited everybody here. For some reason, if the invited guest is unable to reach here, let us not wait, and he laid the foundation for this temple of healing. I think perhaps it was destiny that it was to be done in the hands of the divine. That's why that drama unfolded then. Then, when this beautiful temple of healing, this hospital got inaugurated, I had the privilege to be physically present here on that particular day on January 19, 2001. It was a very beautiful occasion where Prime Minister of India was present, and many governors, many chief ministers also were present here. And introductory talk, he reminded us about Prime Minister Vajpayee ji. In fact, this is a year where in his inaugural speech, Prime Minister said, here, this is a temple in which dua bhi hai, dawa bhi hai, which means here you have medicine and also blessings of God, where you get both of them together in these beautiful portals of healing. Time is God, time is everything, is what Baba used to say. Once I had maybe once or twice I had an occasion where I was meeting former Prime Minister Sri Devegowda ji, and whenever I had an interaction with him, he always recollected one incident, one experience with Swami. I understand this function was organized in some stadium and nearly 15,000 people were gathered. And Swami was there on dot of time, and then Devegowda ji reached 20 minutes late. It is recounted by himself. So he was he went and told Swami, sorry, I have arrived 20 minutes late. And he also fondly remembers and recollects what happened then, what was the conversation, and what did Swami say after that. I understand Swami very smiled at him and said, it's not just 120 minutes, 15,000 people into 20 minutes, Devagadaji. So the number of people who are present into 20 minutes is what Swami mentioned, that much time is what you have come late. So Swami used to be very, very loves his timings, loves. Leaving that aside, how much of effort Swami has put in to give health care to people is something which all of us should go back and think through. Then if you read through, you will know how much work Swami has done in the field of health care. In fact, many of you may not know, or if some of you also may be aware and following, that the first hospital which Swami built already completed Sastipurti 60 years in 2016. Now it is 66 years back, 66 years back that Swami started his first hospital, Satyasai General Hospital in Puttaparthi, Prashan, in 1956. 1954 he laid foundation stone, and 1956 he inaugurated hospital. Perhaps for last 66 years any hospital is doing free service in the world, that could be only Sri Satyasai in a very private field. When that wonderful function of 60 years got completed, we had All India Institute of Medical Sciences Director as a chief guest. I was with him in the car taking him into the function. So he casually was asking. I said, do you know, doctor, this is 60 years old, and 1954 was foundation and 1956 is when Swami inaugurated. He said, is it really? Whoa, he was very excited to hear all this. I said, what is it like? Why you are so excited? He said, no, I don't want to tell. I will tell when I get a chance to speak in the function. So I was waiting, eagerly waiting that what is that he found so exciting when I told him about the dates. And then when his turn came, I was eagerly waiting for him what he's going to reveal. He said, see, that is the year in which All India Institute of Medical Science also has got inaugurated in 1956 in capital city of India. Swami, in a rural place, he started a medical mission at the same year in this country. The country in which the All India Institute of Medical Sciences was inaugurated in 1956. And Swami, on the same year, he has started his rural medical mission in Puttaparthi, where hardly you had a difficulty even to reach that place. So, one side, the medical mission of this country starts in the capital city, and he also started it same time in a rural setting, in a remote place like Puttaparthi in those days. So, it's been that long story, that long built up that has happened, and thousands of people have reached and received the health care from portals of Swami's institutions. Not only hospitals, if you see across the globe, the number of medical camps, the number of medical care activities that Swami's devotees who are doctors, who are having hospitals, they do extend, it is amazing. It's just can't imagine the number of people who gets benefited by Sai system, Sai mission. So that long there has been that Swami has been sort of giving us an opportunity to serve people here. And coming here, every day you hear miracles. Every day when people get healed, people come here, people find solace for their problems. Every day you hear a lot of miracles here. I remember once a young boy walked into my office, and as soon as he came, he was sort of tears. He said, "Sir, I am studying in maybe first year degree." He said, "I am alive because of Swami." I said, "What happened?" He said, "No, I was 8 or 9 years old and I had a hole in the heart." So we were from a very poor background, and he was so thin and sort of malnourished. He was hardly less than 20 kg weight, it seems. He was at 8 years. So the doctor said it can't be operated, and you need to have a little more weight and little more health. So what the beauty of it is that the hospital kept him for 4 months, gave him food, proper food. Only when he gained 8 to 9 kgs of weight and a little more healthy, then they operated him and sent him back, and that boy studying, and he was studying degree, and he came to see me. When you hear these things, when you hear something so touching, it gives us a sort of renewed energy to be more dedicated and work in this Sai mission. Where else you can even to come close to hear such things? Where somebody walks into a hospital and he needs to go through surgery, but his physical body doesn't support it, and they give 3-4 months of taking care of him, nourishing him, completely free. Where do you find other than Sri Satya Sai hospitals on this planet Earth? It cannot happen. Because everything here is sanctified by the divine. I remember this beautiful Kalisham from where maybe most of you cannot see, but on the standing here I can see only the beautiful Kalisham on top of this. I remember that beautiful day when Sundaresh, I think some guest has come. On that day when the Kalisham was ready and kept in Vrindavan, it's around 5-6 feet height. When I entered the room, it looked very big, and I was wondering, and all of them, whoever came into the mandir, they were all wondering, how come it's such a huge Kalasham is being placed here? Is it required? Is that big? Then discussion was going on. Then it's time when Swami came for his darshan. Then he saw this Kalisham maybe around 5-6 feet 1. Let's all welcome BBMP Commissioner with a round of applause for him. So, I was talking about this Kalisham, and it is around 5-6 feet 1, and all of us felt it's too oversized one, and I think what Swami is going to say about this. Then Swami has appointed time for his darshan. He came down around 9:30 those days. As soon as he came, he saw this, he said, "How inta chinnada? So small one you have made it." So everybody is perplexed. All of us are thinking it's oversized, and Swami is saying, "He's so small." He said, no, he should be nearly 9-10 feet minimum. Then everybody is surprised, and then they said, "Swami, we were all thinking it's too big, it's oversized." He said, "No, make it bigger. Make it 1.5 times what it is there." Then they went and made it. Only he could see that height, you require something like that to have a proportion. Otherwise, it won't look good in such a gigantic structure. If you put a small, it looks very dwarfed and it looks very out of proportion. Today it looks so nice because he immediately said it is not 5-6 feet, it should be at least nearly 10 feet. So that's how this beautiful Kalisham. He knew it. The moment he saw, the architects did not notice it, nor anybody could even guess it, but at 150 feet height, you need something like this to see the proportion. So everything, he was a engineer, architect, is a creator by himself, so he knows every bit of it. So every inch of it is built this. I remember I was in college when Puttaparthi Hospital was being constructed, and somebody from England had were the architects, and they had come here. So the discussion, we were only like, keeping things ready and maybe serving tea. Our role, I was just a student in final year, maybe in post-graduation. So we had only a limited role, but we could hear, and we had the privilege of just knowing and seeing through what's going on. So they were discussing that, they had kept the ceiling height as 24 feet, ceiling height of hospital inside, interiors. Then Swami was refusing. He said, no, don't do this. You keep it around 14 feet is maximum. They were saying, Swami, this is how it will be ventilated and airy and all that. Swami said, your England is different, not here. Who will clean the cobwebs in 24 feet here? He was saying, no, don't do that. So he knew better than anybody else, any top engineers or top architects, what is required, and your architecture or engineering skills should be to that local environment to suit those situations, not simply give something which is what you know about something to a place which is not suitable. So that much of detailing that Swami went into, every bit of it, every inch of it is being sanctified. Today, yes, no doubt the doctors are taking good care of it, and all of you are here, so much dedication they do, but it is you treat and he heals. That was, we should always remember. Healing happens only because it's in his hand. We can treat, so many times you do everything, but it doesn't work, because that's it. That is something higher power that walks into our lives. But we are so glad that Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust is always eager to support any humanitarian projects and continue to do so in this service of humanity, because people who are really in need, when they walk into this place and find something, and again that boy who got nourished from this hospital and then had an operation, and now he's having a normal life and going to hospital, like that hundreds and thousands of people. In fact, recently when we were doing our annual report, they were saying that total number of 2021 we had around 18,000 or 19,000 surgeries which is done, and as for the CGHS rates, it amounts to around 450 crores to 500 crores per year. So many, 19. We also, none of us know it unless somebody collates the number of operations, some of surgeries, procedures that has been put up by hospitals here in General Hospital, Super Specialty Hospital in Puttaparthi. They have all this, whatever they have been doing it. The 18,000 some odd surgeries which they talked about, it amounts to CGHS rates of something to 500 crores nearly. That much of every year, that much of service happens from these portals, and we feel blessed, and I again extend all the good wishes to all the doctors, HODs here and staff, and who are the managers who are supporting, and Sai students, brothers are here who are supporting, and they continuously working to provide a sort of, it is not just a treatment, it's sort of just more than that, where we feel like as if it's our own family member. Many times we will be clinical if somebody else we have to handle, but if we want to handle our own family member, we are very extra careful. We will have some sort of feelings, we do it. That is what we are expected, and Swami taught us to do, and each one of us, I can tell you, each one working here will treat every patient as their own family member and treating that, and that is the beauty of this organization, beauty of this hospital. I am sure this saga of service will continue forever and ever, and we all feel blessed to keep working in this lovely temple of healing. Thank you, and wish you all a very happy New Year, because of course today is 19th, but New Year just started. So wish you all a happy New Year, our colleagues, staff members here, doctors, HODs, all of you, and happy Sankranti, belated, but have a nice, wonderful year ahead, and may Swami bless each one of you and your families, and with a lot of love, a lot of bountiful, prosperous family, and even all the patients be recover from all their ailments in your hands. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. We now request the dignitaries to kindly offer the cake to Bhagwan, anniversary cake. Now I request Sri Vishwas Chetty, Senior Administrative Officer, to come and give a welcome bouquet to the chief guest. Now I request Dr. Vijayender, HOD Dental Department, to come and give welcome bouquet to Naganand sir. Our director, Dr. Sundaresh, has over 4 decades of experience as an orthopedic surgeon and has retired as Pro Vice Chancellor of the MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences, Bengaluru recently. Dr. Sundaresh has been very active in the field of research, contributing to the development of the medical science and also providing benefit to the patients. He has been serving as a honorary visiting surgeon to our general hospital and our hospital at Puttaparthi for over 3 decades. Currently, Dr. Sundaresh is serving his 2nd stint as director of our hospital. I request our director to give the to deliver the annual report of the hospital.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Surrendering myself at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Respected Shri Tushar Giri Nath, Chief Commissioner of BBMP, Shri Ratnakar, Managing Trustee, Shri Satya Sai Central Trust, Shri Naganand, Trustee of the Shri Satya Sai Central Trust, invitees, my dear Sai brothers and sisters, and my dear colleagues. It's with immense grace of Bhagavan Baba that I have been given an opportunity to head this prestigious Temple of Healing for a second term. The word Temple of Healing brings me to what happened this morning. I had a very old patient of mine from Bangalore City who insisted on seeing me today because she had an injury. So I had to give her directions. I said, you may have to wait, but come. So she came somewhere, got lost inside the compound because there are a lot of blockades on the roads. And then she asked me, where is this hospital? I said, it's the largest building wherever you are studying. But that looks like a temple. That is the thing that she told me. I said, it looks like a temple, doesn't look like a hospital. I said, that is the place, please come inside. So it's the first impression of anybody who sees this building from outside and has no idea about it. No talk in any medical institution is complete without referring to the bad times of the pandemic. The pandemic has destroyed 2 years of life of a lot of institutions and people, and destroyed a lot of people also. The SSSIHMS Institute of Higher Medical Sciences at Whitefield had its share of dealing with the pandemic and did human service in trying to manage some of these patients. Started as a super specialty hospital of cardiac sciences and neurosciences in 2001, has grown into other specialties as well and become a multi-specialty hospital. Now, all the specialties put together and the support departments in this hospital have come up in a phenomenal way to address the increased workload that happened post-pandemic. There are so many patients who were due to be treated and could not be treated for over 2 years. And those people who were waiting and a new horde of patients who needed this treatment had to be accommodated at the same time, which is not a possibility, but we managed to do at least a large part of it. The brunt of this was seen by the cardiac surgery department, which currently has a full complement of cardiac surgeons, 7 in total, 3 of them specializing in pediatric cardiac surgery. And they do on an average of about 6 to 7 cardiac surgeries in a day, out of which at least 3 are for children. In the month of November, we had a very unique camp of people from all over the world, specialists, doctors who are trained and specialized in pediatric cardiac surgery, pediatric cardiology, and the whole team of people, including nurses, intensivists, anesthesiologists, who came in all on their own, volunteering their service for a period of 1 week. And they worked in this hospital, operating on over 30 patients, and 30 children benefited from this expert care. The cardiology department, which is a well-equipped department, going in line with what Bhagwan Baba always said, that despite the fact that we are giving free treatment, we should not be compromising on anything, either material or infrastructure or manpower. So we have the best manpower here, we have the best equipment, and we use the best consumables that are required for the patient. The cardiology department has got 2 cath labs which are state of the art, and they are extremely busy doing more than 10 to 12 interventions in a day. And to supplement their needs, we have a team of people coming at least twice a year from the United States who come and do things that are not done routinely, and they bring in their might not only of their own expertise but also of material, almost to the tune of 1 crore each time they come. So the cardiology department is also an extremely busy department, supporting each other. The cardiology and cardiac surgery is contributing a lot towards the cardiac sciences. The Department of Neurosurgery has a steady workflow, and they keep quietly doing their work, treating various kinds of problems within the skull, intracranial tumors, vascular problems, and other spinal problems. We don't get to hear or see much of them because they don't make much noise. Out of these, it's interesting to note that about 15%, 10 to 15% of these children with intracranial problems, maybe tumors or other things, or maybe even congenital deformities of the spine, are children who without these surgeries would not survive for long, are being treated here very effectively. The multi-speciality departments of all the general specialties was moved into this venue from its old venue at Whitefield in the year 2016. And among them the general medicine, general surgery, pediatrics, obstetrics, gynecology, ENT, orthopedics, ophthalmology, all of them have grown from what they were at the old location to now, and we've become a multi-speciality hospital, which has been a very effective way of serving the people here comprehensively. I would like to highlight here that we have a highly efficient and a strictly monitored method of managing patient outcomes. There is a very active infection control committee which regulates what is happening on a day-to-day basis in the hospital, and a report is generated on a monthly basis and is reviewed in the presence of all the heads of departments every quarter. And the infection control committee also recommends an antibiotic policy which is used for prophylaxis for all these surgical patients. There is also a patient care committee which reviews to see how efficiently patients are being admitted and treated for various problems here. So there are various parameters which we have set, and the patient care committee also meets every quarter to see how many patients have stayed beyond 5 days, how many patients have been readmitted within 2 weeks of discharge, and what are the reasons for such readmissions, and also reviews the mortality of these patients. In addition to this, we have academic meetings on a monthly basis on the last Saturday of the month, where each department is given the responsibility of presenting their own work, whatever work they are doing, to highlight it to the rest of the hospital. Because this It's a strange scene for a hospital of this magnitude, offering this kind of a service here. If you walk into the foyer of the hospital, which we call the dome area, at 12 noon or 1 p.m., you will hardly find anybody there. So you will really wonder whether this is really, anything is happening here or not happening here. But everything happens between 7 and 12 and everybody is dispersed into their own respective areas, or they're gone after finishing their treatment, or they're in the outpatient department. So the volume of work which is being done here is enormous, though it doesn't appear so when you visit this hospital. From the layman's point of view, of course, it looks like a temple. I have a special word of gratitude to all the staff who have continuously strived to serve the patients who come to this temple of healing with immense faith in Swami and the type of healthcare delivered here. It's not about just giving medications and injections or doing complex surgeries. It's all about how it is done. We have our figures to speak for us. Before that, let me say a word of thanks to a large group of people who work very quietly. We call them the Sevadar. They are volunteers whom we can see around here with blue scarves, who come from all over the state of Karnataka by rotation from each district, a total of about 100 in number every week, to come and do all kinds of menial jobs and to help patients go through a seamless experience. It is incomplete to say anything about a report without giving you some hard facts. Let me give you some brief statistics. From the month of January to December 2022, these numbers may be a little skewed because in January the crowd was just picking up post-pandemic. And despite that, in the outpatients of the super specialty departments, we've had more than 81,900 patients. And in the cardiology cath labs, probably their hands were so badly itching that they did over 3,205 procedures during this time. And I have heard that the surgeon's hand itches most. So the total number of cardiac surgeries which we have done is 1,654 surgeries in the year. Of course, to support all these things, we have a most modern laboratory that any laboratory can ever want to have. No compromise on the equipment. We've done more than 7.3 lakh tests totally. And it is attached with a blood bank which caters to all the surgical patients. The radiology department, of course, is again another support department which is massive, not only from the point of view of the amount of money they have made us spend, but also from the point of view of how many patients they have served. There have been a total number of 38,584 procedures done in the radiology department. In the general specialties, we have had a total number of outpatients of 1,08,937 patients in the year, and about 1,000 patients in the general medicine, general medical departments. We do not admit too many patients in the medical departments because we don't have the full complement of staff that can be taken care of, that they can be provided for. And in the surgical specialties, in the general specialties, we've had 2,813 surgeries done in the year. These numbers are big and small to some extent, but it is not about the number. Let me assure you that the type of care that these people are given is really the state of the art. There is no compromise, because they are coming here for free treatment. There is absolutely no compromise in the kind of care that they are given. The best of material and equipment are used. And today we can boast that the general specialties have the most advanced laparoscopic surgery equipment. The large number of patients that are seen in this hospital and treated generate a huge amount of data as well. The managing trustee was talking about the director of AIIMS making some observation. So it reminded me of something. Then one of the ex-cardiac surgeons of AIIMS, with whom I had a brief interaction at a meeting online, was mentioning that the kind of data that we have, be it physical data of patients' case files or images, I don't think even AIIMS can boast to have. Sir, I would like you to note this. We have the most advanced archival system for data here. There is no paper in the outpatient services. All the images are stored directly on a picture archival system. And the amount of data we have from the last 21 years here is amazing. Even AIIMS does not claim to have such. This is not from me, from one of the retired professors of cardiac surgery from AIIMS. Why I am mentioning this is this kind of a data has opened the avenue for a huge amount of research. Today, when anyone talks about research, the first thing that happens is you open Google Chrome and type on Google what you want to know. It's not that. That's not what we are looking at. Nor is it an expensive hobby or a compulsive habit. It is very purpose-driven towards improving patient care. And to achieve this, the buzzword is artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have proven this to be possible, and we have collaborated with GE Healthcare, who are our neighbors here, and done a lot of research using the data that we have, which of course is work in progress, is not come out with something useful, but eventually it is going to happen. These kind of research take time, and it's definitely going to happen in the near future. The College of Nursing is another wing of the Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences. They probably thought I'll forget them, that's why they're clapping so hard. Where we are proud to have all of you. They are in their 15th year of existence here from the time they started. They have started celebrating their 15th year and they call it the Crystal Anniversary. They have done a lot of programs in the last few months. I don't want to steal the limelight. I'll allow them to do their own talking in another forum, not here. But one thing I can assure you is that the quality of training that these people get here, the nursing and the allied health sciences, is superlative. So much so that the demand for seats is very high. We are unable to cope up with that. And to meet the needs of this growing nursing college, the Sathya Sai Central Trust has been gracious enough to provide us with a new building which is being constructed behind here. It should be due for inauguration maybe within the next 2 to 3 months. I think the Sathya Sai Central Trust, already the managing trustee has made it known that they have always been supportive, but I would like to reiterate that from my side, has been very supportive. Not only from the point of view of giving us the money whenever we have asked. Thank you, sir. I hope you continue to do so. It's not only that, it is also about the required manpower to offer the kind of service. Today's demands of patients are different and it requires that kind of manpower and budget. Costs have increased, everybody knows what it is, and therefore they are very supportive and we are thankful for that. And in the true spirit of what Swami always said, we believe niceness is what we show others when we don't stand to lose anything in the process. While love, kindness and compassion is what we show when we are ready to sacrifice something, time, energy or other material things. Here we believe and follow healthcare delivery with selfless love and compassion. Jai Sai Ram.
Our Honorable Chief Guest today, Chief Commissioner BBMP, Shri Tushar Giri Nath Sir. Sir holds a BTech degree in Engineering and MBA in Human Resource Management. He belongs to the 1993 batch of IAS officers and hails from the state of Uttar Pradesh. He has been in Bangalore for over 25 years, holding several state government positions. He was the chairman of BWSSP for 4 years before taking over as Chief Commissioner of BBMP in the year 2022. We would like to put on record that during the pandemic, the BBMP was very supportive in providing us vaccination, coming to the hospital and giving the vaccination to all our staff. And also whenever we have any trouble regarding any issues, civic related issues, they are very forthcoming and they have helped us. We would like to thank you for that, sir. Now I request Honorable Chief Commissioner BBMP to address us.
Om Sai Ram. My salutations to the feet of His Holiness, my most reverend mentor and legal advisor Shri Nagananduji. I just came across the philanthropist in our managing trustee Shri Ratnakarji, Shri Sundareshji, and my brothers and sisters. It is in the nature of humanity that if we are giving, then only we can receive. You would hardly find a person who had been perpetually giving has run short of money or material or something which he is used to giving. It is only the person who holds on will not be in a position to keep on. No, sometimes in the moment of kindness or some compassion somebody gives, then he thinks, no, I don't have enough of money, I will not give. That type of person will not be having enough of resources to keep on giving. So it is a tribute to the great institution which has been doing yeoman service. Besides giving the blessings and treating the persons on all their psychological disorders, how we interact with others, etc., it had also been doing great service to the mankind. The amount of work, I used to be the CEO of Tumkur, then Pavgala was always fluoride affected, and that time the great work of giving water from the river to the adjacent place in Andhra Pradesh was through the trust. So they used to say, why, when they can do it, why government is not doing anything? We at ZP, no, I have this much budget, we can only drill the bore and do some work. So it is in the way of thinking. If we think that we have to serve the humanity, the resources would come. And that is how this great institution had been helping thousands and thousands of people. And today the Dr. Sahab was giving the achievement list of achievements, and every day around 1,000 procedures are 1,000 diagnostic tests are happening. In each wing, wherever surgery is happening, in the day 5 minimum surgeries are happening. These are all numbers, but the amount of dedication and devotion which goes to bring these numbers is enormous. Only the persons who are dedicated to a cause can do this. So all the persons are coming from various places in blue attire to work from the most what we consider as meanest, but with the most critical of the jobs of cleanliness, talking, providing some sort of service which we think that it is very menial. They are doing the greatest service. The doctors are doing service. So everybody here is geared up to do service, and that is why whenever we come to this place or such great institutions, we also get enthused. We also keep on thinking what we are doing. In the morning till night, we keep on running around here and there. At the end of the day, we do not know whether what we have done, and next day in the paper it is again written that BBMP has failed here or there, etc., etc. So, but it requires a great type of commitment inside. If we know what we are doing is correct, then only we will get that courage to keep on doing something. We get scared in BBMP because we may not be doing everything so correctly. So it is better for us also to keep on visiting and understanding as to how we can give our utmost to the society. We may be taking something, we are taking salary, we are doing something, our jobs are all secured, but we are supposed to serve the humanity in a bigger way. Think big, serve them big. You will get enough of all the civil society people will give us enough of blessings and goodwill and strength to carry on with that. We may face here and there some hiccups, but These are the places where we have to learn that if we keep on giving, we will keep on receiving. So with this, as our managing trustee has already wished you a very happy Makar Sankranti. So each day you receive the blessings of Baba, and each day we should think what we have done at the end of the day for humanity, and that will keep us in good stead. Thank you very much.
I request Dr. Pankaj, HOD Anesthesia, to kindly come and give a memento to the chief guest.